On Fox tonight, the homeless crisis. Incredibly, officials say 6,000 people are experiencing homelessness in our area, and in fact, that number may be even higher.
And those new numbers are just coming into our newsroom. It's really the first time since the pandemic that Multnomah, Clackamas, and Washington counties are releasing this very important information. Fox 12's Chandler Watkins joins us live from the Fox 12 mobile newsroom tonight to break down the data. Chandler?
That's right. This is the first full regional count in our area since the pandemic began. We spoke with one local nonprofit that helps those experiencing homelessness in our area, and they agree they are seeing an increase and have been seeing an increase these past 2 years.
In the first regional snapshot of homelessness in Clackamas, Multnomah, and Washington counties since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic, 6,633 people were counted as experiencing homelessness on January 26th. Breaking down the numbers, in Multnomah County, 5,228 people were considered homeless, 3,057 were unsheltered, 1,485 were in shelter, and 685 were in transitional housing. In Washington County, 808 people were considered homeless, 224 were unsheltered, 496 were in shelter, and 85 were in transitional housing. And in Clackamas County, 597 people were considered homeless, 327 were unsheltered, and 29 were in transitional housing.
That doesn't surprise us at all at Blanchet House. We've seen evidence of that for the past 2 years, just in terms of the number of meals that we serve and the people who are coming up to our door asking for help.
Scott Kerman is the executive director of Blanchet House. For the last 70 years, the nonprofit has provided free meals to anyone who needs one in Old Town.
We also provide long-term transitional housing here in Old Town and at our Blanchet Farm program out in Carlton.
Over the last 2 years, Kerman says they've served over 900,000 to-go meals as COVID shut down their dining hall. This is the first week they're inviting people to dine in again.
In the first year of the pandemic, we saw a 60% increase in meals.
Kerman says they've seen the need for transitional housing increase as well. To adapt to the increasing needs, Blanchet House has added more services.
We have tripled our staff. We've doubled our budget. We don't receive any public funding for the services that we provide, so we've done this on the generosity of private donors and foundations, and we're just going to continue to innovate to meet the need out there in our community.
Officials say that the numbers that came from this count all took place on one night, so this should be considered an undercount. The report goes on to say the extent of homelessness in the community isn't static, and the number of people experiencing homelessness who need services over the course of a year is much larger than a one-night number. But added, the results do speak to the ongoing effects of the COVID-19 pandemic. Live from the mobile newsroom, Chandler Watkins, Fox 12 Oregon.